Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd session on NEET PG 2025 Counseling, the Ultimate Guide, Part 2. Already we went through the entire list of institutes, the list of courses, the institutes and the counselings under which the seats come under. So that would have given you a comprehensive idea of what are the basic courses available and the institutes under which these courses come under, what are deemed universities, what are the state government institutes, and how these seats are split into different counselings. Today we will be looking at the entire thing about eligibility in each counseling. Again, we will just rush through all the counselings, all India counseling, and then the state counselings, and what are the other counselings that happen, basically from a counseling perspective. Last time we said these seats come under these counselings. Today we will see, I am attending all India counseling, what all is covered. I am attending state counselings, what is covered, and what are the other counselings that happen. So basically, anyways, what you are going to do over the next 2-3 months is register for a counseling and fill in your choices. That is your primary objective. That is when you get a seat. So during that process, the first step is to understand what counselings are, and then the second step is to know what are the possibilities in each counseling and how to decide on which counselings are better, and also on the part of what are the certificates and documents required, what are the factors I need to do to evaluate seats, etc. So we'll go through one by one. We'll try our level best to cover it within an hour, the entire session, but if not, we will move on to the next day. Right now we'll look at all India counseling. We are looking at all India counseling as such. What is all India counseling? Everybody will talk about all India counseling or NEET PG counseling. This is conducted by a body called Medical Counseling Committee, which comes under the Directorate General of Health Services, which is under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Basically a central counseling, something which is for everyone across India. That is why it is called all India counseling. Like we said, any state government institute, say GS, Topiwala, Madras Medical College, Bangalore Medical College in Karnataka, King George Medical College, KGMU in Lucknow. All these institutes contribute 50% to All India quota. This is one quota under All India counseling. One of the quotas. Majority of seats come under All India quota, but one quota under All India counseling is All India quota. All these have MD, MS or PG diploma seats, and all qualified NEET PG candidates across India are eligible. Will there be reservation in this? This shade over here, blue color shade over here, wherever you see, there will be reservation, and in all these cases it will be central reservation. Like central reservation is OBC non-creamy layer, SC, ST, EWS, and then further PWD reservation, which is what is central reservation. So here all these seats have are available 50% under All India quota in All India counseling. All qualified NEET PG candidates across India are eligible, and there is reservation for general category as well as other than general category, there is reservation for this set of seats, this set of candidates. Central universities like DU, BHU, AMU, IP, and central institutes like VMMC, ABVAMS, etc., which come under Delhi IP University. All these contribute again 50% again to All India quota. Whatever government institutes contribute, 50% is called All India quota, and all qualified NEET PG candidates across India are eligible. CIP Ranchi is the only anomaly. 100% of seats come under All India quota. All qualified NEET PG candidates across India are eligible. So if you look at this set of seats, what we have classified as 1, 2.1, 2.2, all government institute seats, including ESI seats, which is a corporation but a kind of a quasi-government entity. All these have All India quota seats. 50% are contributed to All India except for this CIP, which is 100%. Everybody is eligible. Everything has a reservation. Everybody is eligible across India. Everything has a reservation. There is no domicile. Like this state candidates are eligible for this set of seats. Now we have deemed universities next, 3.1, which is deemed universities. Deemed universities contribute 100% of all seats to All India counseling except for 5. If you have not gone through the previous session, and if you are from Karnataka and you are eligible for Karnataka government quota, 5 institutes contribute a small number of seats to Karnataka counseling. You can go through that. Otherwise, I want to look at deemed universities. We listed out all the deemed universities of last year in the previous session. I want to look at deemed universities. I want to take seats in deemed universities under management quota, or I am an NRI. I am looking at NRI seats in DY Patel, Mumbai. I am looking at NRI seats in Amrita, Sri Ramachandra, Chennai. I am looking at NRI seats in Geetham, etc. I look at which counseling, All India counseling, where management quota, MNG is a quota which is under deemed universities, NRI is a quota under deemed universities, and 3 institutes, 1 Jain minority institute and 2 Muslim minority institutes, offer seat under Jain minority and Muslim minority quota for the respective candidates who belong to the Jain minority or Muslim minority community. Now, all qualified NEET PG candidates across India are eligible for MNG seats. Everybody is eligible for MNG seats. So, a deemed university has 100 PG seats, 85 would be under MNG, and that would be there. Usually for let us say for a deemed university would have let us say 20 seats under surgery maximum possibly, then you will have 85%, which is 17 seats which are available for every candidate across India, and that you can take. But if you are an NRI, you will also be eligible for the rest of the 15%. So in those institutes alone, Jain minority and Muslim minority candidates will be available, will be eligible. SBKS, Yenapoya and Hamdard. Now again we have DNB seats, right? So what we are going to look at from here, 4.1, 4.2 is all DNB seats. DNB seats and private hospitals. I am looking at Hinduja, I am looking at Max, I am looking at Gangaram, I am looking at Apollo hospitals of Apollo hospitals across. All these private institutes offer 100% of seats under DNB or NB diploma seats. Some of the private institutes have NB diploma seats, around 3,500 odd seats are available. All candidates across India are eligible. Every private institute DNB seat or NB diploma seat will be available only through All India Counselling, except for one exception, which is for in-service candidates. If you're not in government service, private institute seats always under All India Counselling. You have to come to All India Counselling for private institute seats of offering DNB or NB diplomas. Government hospitals or government medical colleges or PSUs or ESI, they offer 50% of seats under DNB to All India Counselling. This quota is called DNB quota or NBEMS quota. When you log in, these will be mentioned as NBEMS quota. This is not All India quota. So all private institute seats, 50% of government hospital or government medical college seats offering again DNB, NB diploma, they are called NBEMS quota or DNB quota. This, why are we emphasizing this? When you go to All India Counselling and register, they will ask you All India quota do you want? You will check saying All India quota. If you assume that DNB seats will come under this, you will be mistaken. You will not be able to fill up DNB seats. You have to select NBEMS quota because this is a separate quota. I want deemed seats, I will go and select MNG quota or deemed quota. So I will be very clear what quotas are available, and I will not mix up All India Counselling with All India quota. It is not the same. Now next, out of these 50% are available, again central reservation is available. Note that there is no reservation over here, correct? All these do not have reservation, as in you will not have OBC, SC, ST, EWS or PWD reservation in any of these seats. Only in government you have reservation. Then you have central university or institutes where their internal quota. Like I did my MBBS from one of the DU institutes, I did my MBBS from MAMC. Then I will be eligible for 50% of seats in MAMC, Lady Hardinge or in UCMS, etc., etc. So in that case, that seats should be allotted by someone that is allotted through All India Counselling. You with the terms DU quota, BHU quota. BHU quota is for BHU candidates, those who passed out from IMS BHU. IP quota for those who passed out from BMMC, etc. So these seats, rest of the 50% from this will be also available under All India Counselling, but not everyone can take it. Whoever has done MBBS from these institutes can take it. AMU alone within this does not have reservation, only has open seats, others have reservation. Only candidates from those respective universities can take this seat. If you are not an MBBS from any of these institutes, I am not an MBBS from MAMC, but I have got rank 1, I want MAMC RD. Radio diagnosis. Can I take the seat? Yes, you will not get the seat under DU quota, but you will get the seat in All India quota. You are rank 1, definitely there will be at least one seat, you will get the seat under All India quota. So that is possible. So now AFMS institutes, all the AFMS institutes, the command hospitals, AFMC Pune, Army Research and Referral Hospital Delhi, everything offer DNB as well as MDMS. The DNB seats would come under this, but the MDMS seats under all this, all the DNB seats would come under this too. 100%, everything will be allotted through All India Counselling only. So all qualified candidates are eligible. Priority 5, they will be allotting it as per priority. Priority 1 is for Armed Forces Medical Services serving officers, 2 is foreign nationals who are sponsored, 3 and 4 and so on. Priority 5 is where civilians come in. I am not at all associated with the army. Then I would be a civilian under priority 5. Usually only non-clinicals are allotted, either it is DNB or MDMS. Only non-clinicals are available for priority 5, and post your allotment you will have to go through a medical examination where many fail as well. So this part we will run a separate session on this, wait for this, but anyways you will have to get allotment under MCC and fitness test at the institute. This is all India Counselling. We have completed all India Counselling. Now you look at the screenshot at any point in time, you will know which all quotas are what to apply for, etc. Which ones have reservation, colored ones, and where to apply. All India Counselling. For all of these, where do I go? All India Counselling at nic.in. Are there internal quota seats here? Yes, if I belong to DU, I did my MBBS from these institutes, then also those internal quota seats are available here. But I have done my, belong to Karnataka. I've done my MBBS from Karnataka. I know all India quota is there, but Bangalore Medical College only 50% has gone there. Where is the rest 50%? The rest 50% goes into state quota. We have not even talked about private institutes. We have only talked about 45 deemed universities. There's so many private institutes, almost the same number as government institutes. All of those come under state counselling. And there is also this rest 50% of DNB seats. That also might come under the state counselling, but only for in-service candidates. So we will look at that one by one. The state counselling, each state will conduct a counselling, which is basically, even if there is a union territory, there might be a counselling. All states have 50% of seats in their government institutes allotted through the state counselling. MDMS and diploma eligibility rules depend upon the state. It might be based on MBBS state, whether you have done MBBS in that state, domicile or resident, native or origin, school education in that particular state you are employed in, whether you are in service in that state. You might have done your MBBS somewhere else, you might have been educated somewhere else, you might be an origin of some other state, but I just joined service in that particular state, therefore I am eligible. So any one of these might be there. Different states might have different criteria. One state might say only MBBS, one state might say domicile or resident, etc. Parents, residents, domicile, nativity, origin, their employment. Spouses MBBS, very surprisingly, yes, you might have government seats available. We are talking about these government seats, not open seats. Government seats or seats in government institutes you might get, and many more criteria there. Property in that particular state, you belong to journalists, you are a journalist serving in that particular state. Surprising criteria might be there. So you will have to look at each state that you are associated. I stayed in the state for some time. I did my schooling from 9th to 12th in this state. Will I be eligible is something that you will have to explore. For each state, we will run an info guide on the eligibility rules. So state-wide eligibility rules for the government institutes. State private institutes. All the seats of the state private institutes will be available under the All India Counselling, under the state counselling only. So if you are looking at anything other than the deemed university, other than the 45 deemed universities that we have listed, in case some other universities are added, we will list them out later. But any state private institute, for example, PSG Medical College, let us say, let us take in Kerala, Pushpagiri. Let us say you take Somerville Medical College, you take Karnataka and say Al-Amin Medical College. All these are state private institutes or state private universities. Their seats come under the state government state counselling. First, they come under the state counselling. They might be termed government quota, management quota, some other quota, GMP quota, this quota, that quota, but all the seats are allotted in the state counselling. So you go to the state counselling, figure out where these seats are allotted, what quotas are there. You go into ZyNerd or any other allotment, even otherwise, you will immediately be able to say these many quotas are there, ask questions on whether I am eligible for that, and pick up those seats. Some of these states allow other state candidates, like there are 14 states minimum which allow other state candidates. I am from Jharkhand, but I can pick up a seat in Uttar Pradesh in their private institutes. Will they allow in government institutes without any eligibility criteria? No, they will not allow. If you don't fall under this, just like that, they will not open up their government seats to everyone. But private institutes will have open seats which are available for every candidate across India. That means that state is an open seat. This is not an official term. That is a term used by candidates over years, saying an open state is some state which allows candidates of a different state without any eligibility criteria across India to participate in their state counselling for private institute seats, not for government seats, private institute seats. So if you are looking at government, you will have to look at which state has this criteria for you, any one of these as per state. But open seats are available for all. That you will have to look at. In 3 states alone, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Tamil Nadu, government quota is a separate counselling, management quota is a separate counselling. We will look at how seats are split later when we look at the info guides. We will do it for every state, but that is separate, you need to understand. Remember that we had state government hospitals or medical colleges offering DNB seats. 50% of them were available for on all India basis for all India under NBEMS quota or DNB quota. The rest 50% is only for those candidates who are serving government officers in that state. The state will have the criteria: government 3 years, government 2 years, service 2 years, etc. This is only for in-service candidates. The eligibility rules may vary as per state. If you are not an in-service candidate, not in the government service, then you don't need to look at it. If you are in the government service in a temporary position, permanent position, etc., you need to look at the rules, whether I am eligible, how many years of service, etc., whether temporary is fine, which I am working in a corporation, is that allowed? All that you have to look at. These also come under the state government institutes. Now, please note that there will be a lot of responses on Telegram. The reason why we sincerely suggest to join our Telegram group, the link is available in the description. Right now, the link is available. So the link is available in the description. With a click, you will be able to join that. Join our Telegram group for queries. The Telegram group is not for discussion. Discussion might happen till the results, but post that we will restrict it to queries. We'll tell you the reason why. First thing is, there will be many candidates who mention something which might, in their opinion, might be right. In your discussions in Telegram groups throughout the next 3-4 months, they might think it is right, but they might not have full information. One instance is, you cannot attend 2 state counselings. Is a generic thing that somebody will come up with every year, because in MBBS, in their state, somewhere they would have read something, Google might have said something, ChatGPT might even say something, but they will say, and they will come back and say, I have proof from these sources that you cannot attend more than 1 state counselling. Karnataka and I want to attend UP, I cannot attend. But you are eligible for more than 1 state if you fall under the eligibility criteria. Obviously, we know there are 14 open states. If open state means every candidate can attend. So everybody can attend 14 counselings, no for private institute seats. But there might be an option where you might be eligible for government institutes too in 2 different states. In that case, in some scenarios, you might be able to attend under 2 different criteria. I can't claim domicile in 2 states, but I might be able to attend 2 states because I am MBBS in 1 state and domicile in another state. Both states might allow me. I am not claiming domicile in the second state. I am saying I am an MBBS and they allow me. So don't go by any responses, because some of the responses might be genuine and they think they are right, but you might lose out because you go with the response of someone else. That is why the Telegram group that we have, we will continuously keep insisting. From we will have a week delay, but from Monday onwards, we will put up all the posts on the on how we manage the entire Telegram groups and our ZyNerd subscription. So you will have information on how exactly on whether you are eligible for multiple states, is there an overlap, and whether it is right to attend legally. We are not saying loopholes. Legally, whether it is right to attend as per the rules of the state. If it is not right, we will also tell you, please don't attend, please don't do anything which is against the rules. No category reservation if other state. See, please note that if there is a state, you belong to the state, you are a domicile or a native of Kerala, you have got a Kerala certificate. Let us say in Kerala, you belong to a category. I belong to a particular category in Kerala. Izhava is a category in Kerala. I belong to this category. I've got a certificate here. This belongs to SCBC. Can I go and claim reservation in another state? Not in state counselling. All India, you might fall under SC, OBC, NCL. That reservation is separate. There you have a separate certificate. But a Kerala candidate whose SCBC cannot claim reservation in Rajasthan for their open seats, even if they allow. A Kerala candidate who is an SC candidate cannot claim reservation in Rajasthan. First of all, they will not be eligible for government seats, but even if some state allows reservation in private institute seats, they cannot claim reservation. They will be considered as open in the other state. Your certificate in any state will be useful only in reservation in that particular state counselling. So be aware of that. What about all India counselling reservation? There, irrespective of whichever state you belong to, you are eligible for those seats, right? So an SC category candidate with a certificate from TN can claim a SC seat in Karnataka here. Because it is all India counselling, all seats are of central nature. This is central reservation. An OBC NCL central certificate holder, not a BC, BCA, Ilava, SCBC certificate holder, can claim reservation. Who is from Karnataka can claim reservation in UP OBC NCL seats available under All India Counselling. But that does not work for state counselling. So in a state counselling, only that state candidates can claim reservation. You need to get a certificate from the states. Open seat is a state that is used. We will also come up with a list of open seats. We have a long way to go. We will come up with a list of open seats, open states and the seats that are available. In ZyNerd, you will have a simple list out. If you want the open seats, just click on the counselling as open seats. Every state's open seats will be available. Instantly, you will be able to, within a few seconds, check out all the fee, everything for open seats. Other counsellings for in-service candidates. This is only for in-service. Who is in service? I am in government service in some capacity. I have completed X years. This is usually the eligibility criteria for in-service candidates. Some eligibility criteria might differ. IRHS, Indian Railway Health Services, ESA officers. If you're not an in-service candidate, skip this part, 3-4 minutes and go on to the next. IRHS, ESA officers have separate counselling for 50% of DNB seats in railway hospitals or ESA hospitals. So wherever ESA hospitals are there, IRHS hospitals are there, 50% goes into All India Counselling, the rest 50% is only for those who are working there. You have to apply separately. DNB sponsored seats. Let us say there is an Apollo. Apollo has 20 DNB general medicine seats. Example, let's make it 10 so that it is realistic. 10 GNB general medicine seats in one of the best Apollos. They also have an option of adding 2 or 3 DNB sponsored seats. What are these sponsored seats? Somebody who is in government service in any state can come after approval from their authority. This is, let us say, DME of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu does not have this option. Let us say Maharashtra, West Bengal, they have this option. And join these 2 DNB sponsored seats. Apollo does not have to give stipend, but they will work for 3 years, go back to their government. It is between them and their government, the payment, stipend, fee, etc. Between them and their government, they will pay the fee, but stipend will be offered by the government. Apollo has an advantage of no stipend to be paid. These candidates will do an DNB and the government will ask them to join back. Now this is only for in-service candidates. This can be in government hospitals or private state, government hospitals or private hospitals too. But the candidates who join are those who are in government service. If your state allows, then you can join. Some states don't allow. Tamil Nadu does not have a rule. Those Tamil Nadu candidates will not have this option. What you need to do is you need to represent to Tamil Nadu to allow this option in case you are interested. These seats are available. Very good seats are available because the total number of candidates who are eligible will be lesser than the total seats available. You will get excellent seats even at 70,000 rank. State in-service seats as a separate counselling, that is a separate counselling for in-service seats. This is only if the state has an in-service policy. We will look at that in the info guide. So always check with your cadre controlling authority. Am I eligible for any of these seats? Who is the cadre controlling authority? Usually it's the Directorate of Medical Services, Directorate of Health Services, or your government organization. It might be a different entity like Ministry of Health and Health in the Department of Health in the state, etc. Ask your cadre controlling authority. Usually it is called the appointing authority. So ask your appointing authority if you are an in-service candidate. These are the other counsellings that happen. Beyond this, we have CPS, which we are not covering here. We will take it up later. Now we look at possibilities and deciding on the counsellings to register. So once you get your ranks, first thing that we will look at is the possibility. Before even you get your ranks, so thanks for the excellent reception of ZyNerd's subscription packages. We've already got a huge number of subscriptions. We are extremely happy about that. The confidence reflects what we have done over the last year and basically the feedback from last year candidates. If you always, like we say, no promotions, don't go by anything. If you want feedback on a particular app, just go with last year's candidates feedback. We are very confident that they'll give you positive feedback. Now we'll get to the possibilities. Why we are mentioning the possibilities is because when you start with ZyNerd, you will first start with possibilities. That is why the ZyNerd discussion came in. But as a framework, once you get your results, first you will start with possibilities. I know my rank. That is the best time to know what was possible last year for my rank. And I will decide the counsellings to register for. Because if I miss out certain counsellings, it might not come back. I might not be able to come back in the second round and register. So first I will decide on the possibilities and decide on the counsellings. So first, how do I discuss the possibilities? Allotments and closing ranks of last year. 2 ways to do it. I have the PDFs of last year. All allotments, one by one, there will be a PDF. All the resources are available in ZyNerd too, or you can go to the website and pick up the resources. Takes a lot of time, but that is possible. No issues if you want to go that way. That is one possibility. Second, look at closing rank PDF. Somebody will share a closing rank PDF of 2025 and or 2024, and you can have a look at those PDFs as well. If that helps, 1, 2. Or you have portals like ZyNerd. ZyNerd was a pioneer. We have around 13, 14 clones picking up exactly the same data as ZyNerd and posting it as theirs. Pick up ZyNerd and then go with complete information available by looking at allotments and closing ranks. In an instance, in ZyNerd, you will be able to find out what All India rank 1 was allotted in All India Counselling, rank 2 was allotted in All India Counselling, 3, 4, 5, and so on. 6 was not allotted, it will also be missing. Similarly, in state counselling, so all the 32 state counsellings, whichever have completely provided data, you will see all the allotments available. Instantly, you select a state counselling, you will be able to figure out what was the allotment there. And you will also be able to figure out under which quota. We mentioned quotas, right? All India quota. Which category? Gen category seat in MAMC, pediatrics. It went on last year in round 1 2024 to these ranks. There were 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 took those seats for Gen MAMC pediatrics. All India quota under All India Counselling. Now this will tell you all the allotments and the last candidate who took up the seat in round 1. The same will be available for round 2, round 3, 2024 and also for 2023 in ZyNerd, or anywhere you can pick up and see where every allotment happened, all the closing ranks or the cutoff ranks, last ranks. So you will be able to know that if I get rank 240, whether I will be able to get MAMC pediatrics or not, if I am general category under All India Counselling. If I am ranked 240, what all I can get in All India Counselling, that will also be available over here. So that is the starting point of everything. For All India Counselling, you can select government, DNB and DM seats. My rank is 20,000. Then possibly I will look at DM seats in government or even DNB seats, whichever is possible for under All India Counselling. I want clinicals only. What are the clinicals that are available? You should be able to check those and their closing ranks. So primarily, once you get your rank, you will be able to do that. Now you might have an estimate. Everybody will give you an estimate. Many of them, sorry, not none of them. We shouldn't take it that way. Many of them won't work because everybody gives an estimate without a proper sampling, without a proper random sample, and they will give you an estimate and they know that 90% it will not work, but 1 out of 10 might work and they will claim victory. But as of now, it is very difficult because this time the feedback has been completely different from last year. More over and above that, even if there is proper feedback, without a sample, you will not be able to get. So best to wait till the ranks are declared. Even if you're subscribing to ZyNerd, we would suggest you start after your ranks. Another 7 days might not be an issue, but look at the certificates, etc. That is the only thing that you need to be working on. Otherwise, these 7 days will not make a difference. So look at the ranks for All India Counselling, for state counselling, and also private seats, open seats that we talked about, all that. Take a broad rank range for evaluation. Let us say my rank range is 10,000. I will go look at all information saying, okay, this is All India rank. 8,000 onwards, let us say an 8,000 seat comes to 10,000. Luckily, what are the seats that were available? Why will I take this? I should not think that only those seats that closed at 10,000 will come in for me this year. If there is a chance that an 8,000 comes up to 10,000, something that closed at 8,000, for some strange reason, nobody takes it, I should be able to pick that seat. But will a seat that closed at 1,000 come into 10,000? Very, very rare chance. So what I'm ultimately doing is, I'm picking up all seats that closed above 8,000 and evaluating them. I am not saying I will definitely get this. Curiosity factor will take me to 10,000 and trying to figure out what all will I get. Right process, I will pick up all the seats, evaluate and get my choice list. Only role is apply and fill in. Only thing that you can do beyond the curiosity factor to get a seat is fill choices in the right order. For that I am preparing. For that I will pick up seats from 8,000 itself, knowing that there is really less chances. And as I move on, I will have a lot of seats which I have decent chances, around 10,000. Then I will go on till 14,000 or 12,000 at least, plus or minus 20% we will definitely suggest, or even more than that. So that in case there is a huge negative shift, I don't get the 10,000 seat, I have a backup in place. So best seat I am looking at, worst case scenario, best case scenario I am looking at, and picking up a whole bunch of, let us say, 100 seats that I am interested in, I will fill in these choices. That is what is the process. That is what the process is for filling in choices. Initially, you might spend 3-4 days on looking at what all is possible, etc. Ultimately, it will boil down to picking up a set of seats and evaluating them to create the preference order. Within this, something that closed at 8,000 need not necessarily be your first preference. You might think that no, for me, this is not my first preference, but something that closed at 12,000 is my first preference because I know factors better, or for me that is comfortable. I have family considerations, location considerations, or I think that this is the best for me because actually the institute is better, somebody missed out last year. So for us, this getting this set of seats and evaluating them is very, very critical. You will get the information on the set of seats from ZyNerd. We try to provide as much information as far as possible from the MARB information of previous years in terms of caseload, etc. Best possibility to evaluate getting these seats is from ZyNerd. Best possibility to ZyNerd or any other form. Best possibility to evaluate is from direct contacts to the in the institute, faculty, direct references, seniors, or any other form where the institute will give you information. So this is the best possible option. So broad rank range take for evaluation, correlate its possibilities just for evaluation, not from a curiosity perspective alone, just for evaluation you correlate possibilities. Factor in seat increase. This year we are not expecting, unfortunately we are not expecting much seat increase because the NMC scam, etc. MBBS did not have a seat increase. We are yet to see whether they will at least increase some seats. Very minimal seat increase. 2 institutes have a 25-50 seat increase. So that is something that we need to look at. And next is change in category of seats. There might be a scenario where an institute only has 2 seats in total itself and only 1 seat under All India Counselling. So this will happen, right? If there are only 2 nuclear medicine seats in a particular institute, new course, in a particular institute 2 nuclear medicine seats, 1 is under All India Counselling. It might happen that in 2024, you see that the seat was available at 14,000 rank under general category. So you are confident, we're just taking an example, you're confident that the seat will be available at 14,000 rank because 2024 it was available, my rank is 10,000, I'll get this seat. First of all, this is 1 seat. So anybody who is a higher preference person might take this seat. But second, a very critical factor is this last year it was under general category, this year it might fall under, let us say, EWS category. If you are a general candidate under All India Counselling, you might not get the seat at all. So those things might happen because it falls under a category that you are not eligible for. Last year it was falling under a category. Based on the roster, every year it might change. If there is 1 seat, let us say there are 20 seats, so obviously 40% falls under general category, so 8 seats will definitely be there. But if it is 1 seat alone under All India Counselling, there is a problem. So that change in category or single seat preferences, even if it comes under general, somebody who is in that particular location, Hapur there is a place there, they have family considerations. That person wants nuclear medicine only. Rank 2000, they might pick up. So very few of those seats will have these considerations. So you should not ideally think that every seat will 100% be available. You should have backup options. So factor in those as well. Seat increase, if there is a huge seat increase, it is an impact, but usually there will be no impact. You will see over the next few days that this is the expected seat increase, etc. videos. Most of them will be towards ensuring, towards getting you towards their YouTube channels and creating a hype so that you have high hopes and then joining subscriptions. Please don't fall for that. Seat increase will only be known when NMC publishes a PDF. Till then, no one will have a clue of seat increase. Colleges might do that, but today NMC publishes a PDF the day they confirm it to the colleges. So NMC, if they publish a seat matrix saying these have increased, seats have increased, till then there will be no confirmation. Don't go with any information online. There might be parliament references. 5,000 seats are going to increase last year. Nothing will increase because that is purely based on, they would have taken last 3 years, 2 years, etc. Every year people are giving hope, but the seat increase has become minimal over the last few years. We are not negative about it. All we are saying is when you take decisions, don't take decisions from YouTube channels saying 20% everything will go up. Take proper sensible information and take a decision so that your decisions are right. That is the purpose. We are not being negative here. Don't limit choices. Always consider a choice, even if it is a minor chance. Last year it closed at 7,000. It will not come to 10,000 at all. We said 8,000. Don't assume this, but still you can fill in this choice. It might not come in, but if it is your first preference, you can fill in this choice. Let us say nobody takes it, and luckily, then you will have that option. So don't miss out a choice thinking that 100% you won't get. Maybe rank 10,000 won't get MAMC general medicine, which is a very obvious choice. 100% I know I won't get this, right? Then you can skip. Otherwise, you'd still, even if there's a 2%, 3% choice, don't limit your choice, take it. Accommodate for increase in seats, change in rules and policies. From round 2 to round 3, can I upgrade? Halfway through, 1 or 2 states might change the policy. They will not even intimate. So at that point in time, you should be ready to accommodate every change in the policy. We will update in ZyNerd as a group as well as videos, and we will also say this state has changed these policies. We will do an initial info guide on current 2024 policies. Then there are change in rules, regulations. We will do state changes and how will it impact the entire counselling as a whole. These 5 states have changed these rules. So with reference to all India counselling and all the state counsellings, this will be the impact and this is how we will decide. That suggestions will come from us, but decisions will be taken by you. So that state policies, etc., you will need to be aware of. Some states allow application or registration only once before round 1. Don't miss that out at all. For instance, if you are missing out Madhya Pradesh round 1, you might not be able to register in Madhya Pradesh round 2. Last year, don't go by last year. Always assume every institute will allow only registration once, except for every state. Some states, Gujarat always allows on second round, third round, etc. That is part of the GO. Then you can believe. We will have the GO, they cannot go back on the GO. Some states don't have GOs at all. It is very, very random. Sometimes the AP allows in third round. Sometimes they don't allow. So in that scenario, if I want AP private seats, open seats, or if I want AP government seats, I will take a call in second round, might result in you missing out the entire counselling at all. Tamil Nadu does not allow from second round. Maharashtra allows in round 1 and in round 3, not in round 2. But if your best seat might have come to you in round 2, you will miss out. We always suggest, look at this information, decide on registration first itself. And look at fees, stipend, service bond and penalty. What is fee? Obviously, we know the fee. Beyond normal tuition fee is available in ZyNerd. We try our level best to extract all the hostel fee, etc. Some institutes might have hidden fee. We might not have 100% information because that is also negotiation based. You also have the stipend paid. Around 95% of institutes in ZyNerd will have the stipend paid. Some do not pay the stipend. In those cases, we might not be able to get that. And some are irregular, like in Karnataka, some in Andhra, etc. There might be irregular stipend, in which case we will not be able to do anything about it. You have to assume that there is nil stipend and go ahead. In some states, in some institutes in Karnataka, they might provide proper stipend. That we will try to accommodate. Similarly, there might be scenarios where some institutes might even give stipend to adhere to NMC norms and get that back at a later point in time. So those things also happen. Most of the government institutes, etc., there is proper stipend, and private institutes there is proper stipend. We will give you that information in ZyNerd itself. Service bond. How many years do you have to serve after you complete your MBBS? I have to serve for 5 years in AFMS after you complete your PG, and I have to serve for these many years after I complete my PG, etc. If you already have an MBBS service bond, we will also try to help you out on that, on whether it is possible for you to get out of the service bond, what is the current rule, and if you have to represent, we will try to help you out in representation, like Maharashtra has an issue, etc. So those we will try to help out year on year, based on which year you passed out, etc. This service bond after completion of PG, the penalty, etc., you will need to know. 2 penalties you will need to know. One is the service bond penalty. If I complete my MS general surgery in a particular institute, I have to serve for 2 years. If I don't serve it, I will have to pay these many lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs. You all even have around 50 lakhs. Also, if I don't complete the course, I start the course, 6 months, I figure out that it is very toxic. A lot of candidates continue the course somehow, but some candidates are unable to bear it. What is the choice? Your choice is to move out rather than succumbing to the entire thing, right? We hear many stories, unfortunately. But if you are planning to move out, in such case, what is the penalty of discontinuation? A seat leaving penalty or a discontinuation as it is called, what is it? So if I am taking a seat, am I taking a huge risk, or do I understand everything about toxicity, how it works, etc.? Will I be fit for that, etc.? And seat evaluation. Very, very small two words put in here, most critical. This all will be covered by ZyNerd. Whatever you want, increase, help, everything. This can also be covered by ZyNerd or anybody else, but it is always good that you do the seat evaluation. You give your registration, everything to somebody else and ask them to fill in choices for you. It is like you handing over your career to someone who might or might not be an expert, just trusting that or praying that they will be good. So always seat evaluation, we suggest that you do it directly connecting with the residents, put in that effort. The next 1.5 months is only to, in the 1.5 months, you will take possibly 10 to 15 days to go through ZyNerd, to get accommodated to ZyNerd, get every information. But this takes a lot of time. When we say lot of time, your base will be set here. Everything will be there. This, if you're giving to someone else, please don't do that, is what we suggest. You do the seat evaluation. You will get to understand a lot of things. We will also help you out with what factors to look at. Right now, we start with possibilities is what we said after the ranks are out. But certificates and documents is also a very important part. Why? Some certificates might take time. I want to take my OBC NCL certificate. Some states might give you a timeline of 3 weeks. So all these you need to consider and get your certificates ready now itself. I have put up my permanent registration now. I don't have a permanent registration certificate. What should I do? Will it be accepted? I actually gave a different NTA scorecard in a NEET PG examination. This is a different registration number in NEET PG examination, medical council registration. Now I am applied for my permanent. It was provisional. Can I take the new one? All these questions will come up. So get answers to those questions and then plan accordingly. I should not end up giving my provisional registration submitted in a medical council and applied for permanent registration, and only in October or November if I receive it, September I have to join, I have a problem. Correct? I won't have my provisional registration, my permanent registration is not yet out. So think through those. There are ways out, we will help you out, but think through those before you go ahead with your submissions. And very importantly, if something takes time, many states take a lot of time for getting your caste category certificate. Some states it's very simple. Many states take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, etc. You'll have to run behind, etc. In that case, start earlier. First, when you are joining for All India, so All India, I am allotted a seat. When I am joining, first thing I will take is my allotment letter. The allotment letter I will take it. I will ensure it will be available in the MCC portal. But this is all after allotment, not now. So I don't need to worry about it. Admit card. What admit card? NEET PG admit card. The exam was on August 3rd. You took that admit card with you. That admit card, a printed copy with photograph. The photograph is, I think, right now along with the admit card. So photograph is enough. A PDF of this printed is enough. You don't need to have an admit card which is signed by the invigilator. Lots of confusions will be there. Some invigilators would have signed, sealed, etc. No need. A printed copy of the PDF that you had, you need to get. If you don't have that PDF, try to download it from NB portal. If you can't download it, let us know. We have a separate session also on that, on mailing NBE and getting back that admit card. So this is critical. Everybody needs to take it. Results or rank letter is the scorecard. When will this come? Results are expected in the next 10 days possibly, hopefully. After that, within 5-6 days, they will put up the scorecard. Take that. So this admit card and scorecard will have two things. One, for taking them to at the time of joining. One, they are useful for taking for representing and validating during the time of joining. And second, in terms of information for logging in. Most of the registrations will happen with information from your admit card and your scorecard. Any one of these. So ranks will be from your admit scorecard. The name, father's name, mother's name, date of birth, if asked, it should be exactly as in your admit card. Mark sheets of MBBS, first, second and third examinations, final examinations, all those are required. Mark sheets are required usually, and the degree certificate is required. If you have a provisional certificate, usually it is accepted. Should not be a problem. Unless you have deposited your certificate somewhere due to a bond and you're trying to get out of this as a loophole, you should not face a problem. So MBBS degree, provisional or internship completion certificate from the head of institution. July 31st is the internship completion. So most of you would have already got it. If you have not got it, apply for it and then get it. Some institutes might delay. There might be in case you don't have your internship completion letter, expected completion or something that you already had, that might also be sufficient, but try to get this. Some institutes rarely will create a problem. Always better to try to get this now itself from your institute where you did your internship. It should be the medical college itself for most. Permanent or provisional registration certificate. They would say permanent or provisional registration. Provisional is applicable only for candidates who completed in 2025, but most institutes are very flexible regarding this. You have a provisional certificate, they will accept. Some institute, but if you don't have any permanent or provisional registration certificate, you might face some issues. Basically, I've given my provisional, it has expired, but I'm waiting for my permanent. In that case, apply now itself. It might take 1 month for you to get your permanent. Push and get it. That is always better. If you can't get it, come back to us. SSC or HSC certificate or birth certificate. This is as date of birth proof, any one. ID proof, Aadhaar or voter ID, passport or driving license, any one of these. If you have Aadhaar, it is good. That is also sufficient, not good, sufficient. Payment, you will have to make the payment in DD, RTGS or NEFT or challans in the bank depending upon the institute, and passport size photographs. Enough copies need to be taken. So admit card or rank letter, scorecard, always better to save them now itself as a PDF in your email or a Google Drive. Go back and check it once that you have saved. Why? Because NBE will close the entire admit card download portal. I think they would have already closed it now, and you will not be able to get it later. You will have to write to NBE, and it is a process. You will get it after 3 days. There is a lot of tension involved. Don't worry. If you don't want to worry about it, these PDFs, save it. These two you can save as PDFs. Now itself scan and save it as PDFs, because there might be uploading required later in some counselings, or they might ask you to send across for some reasons. When you're joining, that might be required as PDF. When you're giving your certificates away, anyways, originals need to be deposited at the institute, so you will need to carry these back. This will be required in case you want it for other purposes as a copy. Originals will be there throughout your 3 years. For many institutes, mostly MDMS institutes, so you will need to carry a copy. Always better to get a PDF of whatever this and save it in a Google Drive. So that is pretty much. Other certificates as per applicability for All India Counselling, your category certificates are required. OBC certificate has to be a central OBC certificate. Note, some states might have OBC, some state might have MBC, some state might have OBCA. That is all state reservation. BCA, BCB and SCBC. Within SCBC, EDAVA, etc. So all these are state reservations, not central OBC NCL. Central OBC NCL, you will get it from your state only. You will go to the Tahsildar's office only. There you will go and ask for state backward class or SCBC or OBCA, OBCB, give me a certificate. That is for state. You will also ask if you are eligible for central OBC NCL, OBC non-creamy layer. We have a separate session on that. Then you will ask for a central OBC NCL certificate. Only then you will be able to get all OBC seats under All India Counselling. That certificate should be issued after April 1, 2025. If you have not got one, you have got one before April 1, 2025, please take one. Otherwise, you will face an issue. Please don't go with arguments saying, be very clear or strong on this pretty much. Please don't come back and argue to us saying, last year my friend went to an institute, March 31st of the previous year only they took the certificate, all was good. Why are you creating problems? He might have gone to an institute which was flexible. We know of so many institutes will reject. Your seat is at stake. Please go and get it. Not creating fear. This is the truth. So at the sake of winning an argument, please don't lose. So please, we will see those arguments in the Telegram groups. April 1, 2025 is required. Clearly, the prospectus would mention financial year ending March 31, 2025 should be taken for consideration, which means you can get a certificate only effective April 1, 2025. Right now, you can go get a certificate. EWS, we will be suggesting to get one issued on or after April 1, 2025. Always, that is the suggestion. EWS also, the criteria might be different in your state. Many states have same criteria as center, one EWS certificate only. But this income and asset certificate might be different for different states. So some states like Kerala, Haryana, etc. have different criteria for state EWS, central EWS. So obviously for All India Counselling, you have to get central EWS. PWD certificate, they have made changes in the PWD, way the PWD evaluation needs to be done based on UDID and the way the certificate needs to be provided, but the change is not implemented. This is based Supreme Court order in Dr. Omkar's case, but that has not been implemented in full. This right now, you have to go to the 16 disability centers and get a certificate. We will do a detailed session on this. This is not possible now. The current status is you need to get it from the disability centers. MCC will open this up after a month or so, just a week or 10 days before the counselling. At that point, you can go. Just look at all information after the results are out. Continuously keep following MCC. They'll tell you when you can get this certificate. And this is for all India. State might have a different process. NRI certificates, NRI criteria has gone through a change. We will run a session on that. Minors, bona fide guardians, only for minors. First priority, sorry, first degree relative, second degree relative, and there is a priority change as well. Basically, children of NRI or NRI are considered first priority only after all of them are allotted, the rest are allotted. And also there is a stringent criteria this year onwards. Many missions, many high commissions or many embassies are not providing certificates to those who are not minors. Jain minority, Muslim minority certificates if applicable. Gap certificate in case some states might ask for a gap certificate. Don't worry about it. Only Maharashtra asks for a gap certificate, but they will give you time. All India Counselling gap certificate is not required. If they insist it is a half a day process, you will be able to get it. Bond submission, some institutes might ask for bond submission. These and all you can manage later based on institute. Right now, no need to worry, but the rest of it you will have to start looking at. State certificates. If you go to a state counselling, they will ask you a lot of certificates because all India is all India basis eligibility. No domicile certificate is required. But state might have certificates to prove eligibility, like a nativity certificate, residence certificate, this is residence, domicile criteria, etc. All these certificates you will have to prick. This is residence and not residency. So all these certificates you will need to take. That state will tell you what is it that is required for nativity, residence, domicile, origin, etc. So like example, Kerala will tell you that your birth certificate is sufficient, your passport with your date of place of birth as Kerala is fine. So in that case, you have to provide that certificate for Kerala origin. Or your parents is fine, they would say. Tamil Nadu would say take a nativity certificate. Maharashtra would say only MBBS. If you have done, if you are a domicile of Maharashtra, give me a domicile certificate and also the fact that you have done AAQ in an institute, you get those two certificates. All those criteria certificates are required. Go through the criteria and get them ready. So for instance, I have done my MBBS from Maharashtra, no problem, MBBS certificate is required. But I am a domicile of Maharashtra, I can get a domicile certificate, but I will also need a certificate from an institute saying, from the institute saying, I have done only those who have done MBBS from AIQ or AIMS or central institutes are eligible if they are domicile of Maharashtra. If you have done domicile of Maharashtra, done it in a deemed university, another state MBBS, you are not eligible. So I have to get a certificate from this institute, which I might need to start very quickly before, so that I will get that certificate and I will not be stuck at the last minute. Gap certificate, Maharashtra State Counselling requires it. It is a self-affidavit only. We write it on a stamp paper and the notary signs it. Simple half-a-day process. Only for Maharashtra State Counselling, MBBS study certificate, bona fide certificate, etc. Attempt certificate, some institutes may ask, some states might ask. This is not for all states. Some states might ask. We are giving you a generic information. Course completion certificate, passing certificate, character and contact certificate. Course completion certificate is just saying that the candidate has completed the course, not whether passed or not. This you will get till your results are out. Passing certificate, the candidate has passed, but degree is not yet awarded. Character and contact certificate, MCA recognition letter. This is a usual term used. In the NMC portal, if you go, you will have a recognition letter. This is usually for Karnataka State Counselling. Recognition letter, where you go to the NMC portal under courses link, you will see that there is a recognition table where NMC says this institute is recognized for this MBBS courses from this year. So that you might need to take, or you might need to take a letter from your institute. This only some states might ask, but you should know which states ask. Apply for stating and state category or community or minority certificate for reservation or community based quotas. MBBS bond completion certificate. If Maharashtra might ask you to bring in an MBBS bond completion certificate, some states will say you give a bond certificate. If you have not completed your bond, get a give a confirmation and then get that approval, etc. So those you need to take. Service certificate and necessary proofs. If you are applying for service quota within the state, if you are in government service, then NOCs, etc. might be required. All that is required. Now this is pretty much what we have now. We need to look at the process and sequence of counselings. I think we will take it up on the next session because this is too long and it will possibly be a very detailed video. Now we have taken you through the process through the entire initial set of what to do in terms of the counselings, the allotments, everything, and the way you need to approach initially. Next, we will take you through the process and sequence of counselings. The process and sequence of counselings will start with what are the counselling authorities and main information to note, and the process of all India counselling and state counselings independently. This is how usually it happens, and how these happen in tandem. As in basically, first all India round 1 will happen, then state round 1 will happen, all India round 2 will happen, state round 2 will happen, and how you can manage multiple counselings. What are the rules? Like a simple example is, if I join an all India round 3 seat, I can not resign, I cannot go to state round 3, but I can upgrade from these to these in most of the state counselings. Which states don't do it? All these questions we will answer in the next session. We will also give you factors on evaluating seats, how to discuss, because we said seat evaluation is very critical. ZyNerd will have all the preference orders from previous years, you can take it, but still if you need exact evaluation to be done, we might give you factors to other information that is available online, our suggestions too, but we stop at suggestions. We don't do that because we want you to evaluate. How do you discuss with someone on evaluation? What are the factors that you need to take? Those suggestions too we'll run up in the next session. Possibly we will see when we can schedule the next session at the earliest. Before the counseling we'll schedule it. You can join ZyNerd and then subscribe if you have any information. We'll also take it up. We'll quickly take up queries. This we will do as part 3. We'll take up queries now. Quickly, we'll take up a few queries. No NRI seat conversion possible. I didn't get that, sir. Can you please repeat that? I'm not sure what NRI seat conversion is possible. NRI seats are there. There is no issue with NRI seats. NRI seats continue to exist. This year's issue is that previously NRI used to be, let us say you're applying for All India NRI, candidate is NRI, parent is NRI, children of NRI, and nearest relative, first degree relations, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt, their cousin, first degree uncle, aunt, and their sons and daughters. They were all put into the same bucket, ranked according to merit and allotted. This year too NRI seats will be there. No issues in that. But NRI, children of NRI and NRI will be given first priority till the last rank. 1,20,000 will be allotted. Then only first ranked nearest relation will be allotted. That too they have included second degree relatives, but they have created a clear clause saying that this should be bona fide guardianship and minors cannot be part of this. Cannot be. So everybody is not a minor. Nobody is a minor. So that information that possibly goes away is what we think for PG. If your query is on whether NRI to management conversion will happen, it will happen. It will happen. Complete seat matrix for TN government seats quota wise. So the seat matrix for this year, doctor has asked us, seat matrix for this year will be available only this year because the quota category will change every year. Usually it is similar if there are a large number of seats, but let us say there are only 2 geriatric seats. It will change this year. You will have to wait for the seat matrix this year. If you want the seat matrix of last year, you can go to the resources section in ZyNerd. You will have the seat matrix of last year for every allotment. You just go into resources section, click on Tamil Nadu, you will have complete 2024 seat matrix. Click on seat matrix, round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. Every seat matrix that was published will be available. That is available. You can have a look at it. Alternate option is, don't need to look at the seat matrix. Last year's allotments, you go in. Every allotment as per category will also be available. Will this PDF be available? This will not be available as a PDF, sir. That is something that is proprietary. But if you want any information, you can always take screenshots, or if you think that is very, very valuable, you can take it. You can always come back and refer it. You can mail us. We will try to see if we can send it across. As an FMG, can I go for Maharashtra private colleges through? Yeah. So, see, Dr. Ajay Bharatwaj's question is, through All India Counselling, I am an FMG. Candidate is an FMG. Through All India Counselling, can I go for private or government colleges in Maharashtra? Can I get these seats? That is the query, correct? So you will need to approach it. Okay, so the candidate, he is a domicile of Maharashtra, but an FMG. So first thing is All India Counselling, government seats. Let us say Topiwala is there. 50% goes to All India Counselling. You are eligible for this. You are an FMG, doesn't matter. Every FMG is eligible for All India Counselling. We said everybody who has done MBBS, who is qualified, is eligible. FMG, if you have cleared your FMG and you are registered, you are eligible. You have completed your internship, registered, etc. You are eligible. Now that sorts this. 50% of Topiwala you will get. Rest 50%, where does it go? State counselling. Your All India Counselling query is sorted. Private institutes. Deemed DY Patil, everything is under All India Counselling, everybody is eligible. Private seats, 100% comes under state counselling. So all the private is under state counselling. 50% of Topi Wala Seth GS is under state counselling. For this part, private is ACPM Dule, for example. For this part, only Maharashtra MBBS are eligible, or Maharashtra domicile, which you are, but you should have done MBBS under All India quota in another state, or AIMS or JIPMER, etc. Central universities. Only then you are eligible. So unfortunately for this particular set of seats, as of now eligibility does not exist. You can please look at the eligibility at a later point in time. For this alone, you will be eligible along with the deemed institutes. And UP state counselling for private colleges, what are the documents required? We'll run a session on UP, sir. We'll run a complete info guide for every state where you'll let you know all the certificates that are required. For a private candidate, not much will be required. Open seats means you don't have any nativity based eligibility. Usual basic certificates only will be required, whatever we discuss for All India counselling. And please guide regarding PWD seat in Maharashtra. You can ask the query directly, sir. What is the query that is required? If we Dr. Swapnil Jadhav, also for in-service seats in Maharashtra, legal court case must to do if DHS don't agree for justice of 4.5 years of service. So can you call us on this? You can call us. I'll intimate the team. You can call us and let us know that it is a specific query related to in-service. We'll have to look at the current status and then we will have to let you know, sir. Because PWD is straightforward. We can just let you know. But in-service, on what is the current criteria and what is the legality of it, we can just explore and let you know. We'll give you the suggestion too. If a student schooling in Delhi and MBBS from BLD, so these questions are what mostly will come in. MBBS from BLD, Karnataka, and schooling in Delhi. Okay, schooling. Will they be eligible for 50% state quota seats of Karnataka? So basically, Karnataka does not have, state quota seats of Karnataka. Karnataka, yes, 50% state quota seats. Government institutes, you have done your MBBS from BLD, Karnataka allows. So you will be eligible under Karnataka state counselling for 50% seats. So if you're looking at Bangalore Medical College 50% seats, you've done your MBBS from here, eligible. No queries on that. Government controlled fees in private colleges of Karnataka. Yeah. So this is all the same quota. So you will have government seats here. It is called government seats. It will have 50% of government institute seats and a percentage of private institute seats. Okay. So this is a lower cost seats, like 7 lakhs or 12 lakh seats. So those are what you are looking at, I assume. So this lower fee seats will, this is not 7 lakhs, really sorry. This will be the lower fee seats, 1 point something lakhs, 1.4 lakhs or 1.3 lakhs now. Those private institute seats which come under government seats criteria. So those also you will be eligible for. These will have reservation like GM, 3A, 2A, 2AG, etc. If you are from another state, you will be eligible for the GM seats under that. So you will be eligible. Delhi, you won't be eligible. Delhi as in state quota of Delhi, the internal quota of Delhi, you won't be eligible. SC should also have central caste certificate. So thanks for this coming up with this. We missed it. SC, ST candidates, we said OBC. We specifically took up OBC and EWS and said, think central versus state certificate. SC, ST, there is a single certificate. You get a state certificate that is in the same format as a central certificate. No need to get a new certificate. You just need an SC or an ST certificate. This proforma is available in the portal. Usually when you go to the Tahsildar's office, they'll give you one SC certificate only. Same for central and state. I have completed studying doc. MBBS from Russia, resident of Uttar Pradesh, so can apply for the state government. See, UP is the pure MBBS state. Only MBBS from UP are eligible. So you might not be able to apply. If there is any change, we will let you know. Please follow us for the UP guidelines. But right now, that eligibility does not exist. Swapnil Jadhav, I am a PWD with SCBC in Maharashtra. Last one seat was for SCBC PWD. See, last year it was for SCBC PWD. One seat. Radio. This year you want to know whether it will be SCBC PWD or some other PWD. Might be alternating, but we can't mention it because the roster, how it works, we would need to know for Maharashtra. Currently we don't know. SCBC percentages also come down, which means likely that it will move on to another category. Should I wait for the seat matrix? Obviously, sir. Nothing else other than the seat matrix will give us this confirmation. Right now, you should plan for a fact that it might move out, and you should look at alternate options 2 under PWD. Get everything ready. When the seat matrix is ready, SEBC PWD has radio. Good. If not, you will have alternate options too. Does anyone know? Okay, so Dr. Suhav Chaudhary, you've asked somebody, anyone. Okay, so we have you've asked if anyone knows if when it will start. Usual timeline we can tell you, sir. Usual timeline is 1 month after the results. So that can be done as in basically. So we expect if the results are in the August second week, 14th or something, then we can expect September 2nd week as the usual time of start of counseling. Maybe a few days earlier, but not before this is what we expect. Now September 2nd week is the state of counseling. Then we can expect that first and second rounds, first round will be over by the September end or October first week, and second round will be over by October mid. Either November 1st or October mid will be when your courses start. You will do 2 rounds, go between institutes, upgrade, etc. But your course might start around this timeline, not earlier than that. That is what we expect. Does anyone know? We will have to wait for intimation, and that will come after the allotment, after around 2 weeks, possibly only in around August end. We will know the timelines itself. DNB 6 years course. Yes, we have DNB 6 years course, sir. I'm not sure what the query is. We do have DNB 6 years courses. We'll try to see if we still have that open in ZyNerd. I'm not sure which one we went through. I don't think it is open here. So if you want to look at DNB 6 years courses, you can actually have a look at accreditation portal. We showed you that yesterday, but you can also look at all the allotments of All India. Sorry, we'll need to go to PG. Allotments of All India PG, UG Medical, All India Counselling PG Medical, and then filter out in ZyNerd on 6-year courses of DNB. We can select degree 6 years, view results. You will have all the DNB 6 years courses. You want to filter out on what are the courses available in DNB plastic surgery. You can click on this and you will be able to see all the plastic surgery courses wherever they are available, allotments, etc. of last year. You can do the same for closing ranks as well. You can do that for any course. Let us say you want to filter out on neuro, cardiothoracic surgery, pediatric surgery. Those are the 4 courses available that you can filter out. I think only those 4 courses are available as 6-year courses in DNB. Which institutes, etc. you will directly be able to confirm. So these are the courses where 6-year courses are available. MCH is available only in SRM here and CMC Vellore, which is under Tamil Nadu Counselling. And how to use ZyNerd, sir? Sir, all info, we will be running a session, sir. Tomorrow we will be running a demo on ZyNerd. And if you still have an issue, you can always call our team and they will be also able to help you out. 10 to 4:30, they will be available. They'll take you through a demo, 10-15 minutes solid on how to use ZyNerd. One special video on DNB versus MD, we can note that down, Dido. So we'll do a special session on DNB versus MD from a regulatory perspective. We are not experts in terms of how DNB doctors are considered in the society or etc. etc. Usually we see from numbers very clearly a set of candidates who clearly prefer the academics and the value rather than the degree. A lot of people have started taking DNB while the perception still has not 100% changed. From a regulatory perspective, will I be able to do this versus this when I take a DNB? There is not much of a difference except in small area, in a small level as far as faculty positions in government medical colleges are concerned. That we will explain through a separate videos. For FMG from UP, just bought AEQ, do you need state counselling also? Sir, if you are an FM, you are a domicile of UP, you are looking at government seats only, you expect a good seat, All India alone is fine. Okay, sir. The standard packages alone is fine. If you are an FMG, UP does not have eligibility as of now. Let us say it comes out with eligibility later, you can actually upgrade at a minimal margin, additional price. You can do that later. Otherwise, if you are looking at private institute seats across all states, you will have to take up the bigger package. DHS does not give NRC. Okay, so there is an issue with the Directorate of Rural Services. So there is a specific issue with respect to leaves taken during COVID. Okay, so that might be a legal thing, sir. We don't, frankly, we are not aware of this scenario in Maharashtra in service. If you give us the details, we might be able to support you or try to figure out if there have been cases earlier, which will help you in basically taking it up legally or representing to DHS first and taking it up legally. We'll try to support, sir. Not an expert as far as legality is concerned, but we'll try to understand this given basically sometimes we might get information from other state candidates on what they have done. We'll try to help you out with that. What are the implications of Supreme Court ruling on DNB on state domicile quota? Funny has asked this. So as of now, no state has changed their rule. Chandigarh will change that rule for sure. No other state has gone ahead and voluntarily changed that rule. That will only time will tell us whether somebody is taking this up. So more the discussion, there will be more issues. So we should get both central and state certificate for Karnataka. If you belong to SC/ST category, there is a single certificate, we already mentioned. But if you belong to, let us say, Karnataka, you have, you will, let us say you belong to, Karnataka has 2A, 2G, 3A, 3G, etc., right? If you belong to any of these categories, you will need to get a certificate for Karnataka, which is for these category reservations in Karnataka state quota. Then if you belong to OBC NCL within these 3A, 3G, etc., OBC NCL, etc., then you will have to get a OBC NCL certificate for all India. One for all India and one for Karnataka reservation. This OBC central certificate is not applicable for Karnataka for getting these reserved seats. For all NBE, DNB and diploma courses, fee is 1.25 lakhs. Government, etc., 1.25 lakhs is per annum is the fee for all DNB, NBE diploma courses across India. Don't need to go with anyone else's opinion. This includes all fee, including hostel, library, etc. No other charge to be levied by the institute. Average fee for DNB in TN 1.25 lakhs. Private institutes also charge 1.25 lakhs. NBE has a clear regulation. You cannot charge anything additional. This is paid to NBE only, and they will transfer to the institute. So institute will not ask any hidden fee, etc. Very rarely, very rarely, some institute will charge for mess fee, etc. Even if that goes to NBE, they act on it. Question paper will be revealed with answer key. Is it confirmed by court? The directions have been there, ma'am. The atypical doc, your query. The directions have been there. So we believe that they will take a positive step and do that. Let us see how it goes. We have seen NBE or NMC in discussion with NBE trying to somehow stop that. They have also put up a notice, I guess. So on the results, not sure why. They should do it is what we think. If not, definitely that case will be taken up again. What is the result date? Result was on September 3rd. Last year, everything started very delayed because of the court case on the shift, etc. Nothing happened ultimately, but everything started delayed because of the shift court case. Results will be published immediately. We expect very strongly that by August mid, results will be published. Even if late, the original timeline, September 3rd or so, results will be published. After the results are published, possibly they will take 1 month. Right now, basically, September mid, we see counselings to start. Definitely not November unless there is a legal issue or a delay. DNB resigned candidate can take Dr. Swastik Jana, please call us. This year, the NB prospectus of NB, you can go through the prospectus of 2025 and 2024 for PG examination. Okay. So this prospectus will have a clause saying anybody who has discontinued DNB course is not eligible for DNB courses for the next 3 years. 2024. 2025 prospectus, that clause on DNB itself has been removed. So we expect that you can confidently go ahead in the absence of any clause mentioning anything, even though this clause governs it. That is what we believe. But there is no confirmation because never NBE responds to even RTIs on this. They will say it will be processed after the prospectus. They will not give a definitive answer because it will also increase the number of candidates who are just like that moving away from the seat. You can call us, we will give you suggestions. You can possibly write to NBE through the communications portal, and as long as the result is not negative, you should be able to go ahead. So DNB stipend in UP, we will share the stipend, sir. It depends upon the institute. All the institute stipend will be put up in ZyNerd. No fee, MD no fee plus stipend. MD no, Cortex user has mentioned MD no fee plus stipend. Am I right? I am not sure which institute you are referring to. 6-year DNB we will discuss, sir. 6-year DNB, there is not huge discussion. The institutes only we need to discuss. We have shown those institutes. We will possibly try to take up. We can take up 6-year DNB as a separate session. FMGs get state quota in Assam. Assam has a rule which says that if you are a permanent resident of Assam, wherever you have done MBBS, you are eligible for Assam state quota. So that you might be eligible for. You might need to apply separately because they might not get that data from NB. So check on that. Keep looking at Assam notification daily. We will also run a session on that. 1.25 lakh per year. Dr. Anushka Jaiswal, 1.25 lakh per annum for NBE seats. Basically DNB and NBE diploma seats. Passing rate of DNB. So this passing rate is a big issue. We will do a video to tell you why not to look at the passing rate. The passing rate of DNB, 2019 I think 14% was for orthopedics, if I am not wrong. Okay, so you will get this circulating everywhere. Orthopedics passing rate is less, DNB passing rate is less. That is purely to stop you from looking at one statistics and not looking at complete information. The passing rates are not very huge like MDMS, but that does not mean that in Gangaram everybody fails, in good institutes everybody fails, so don't take DNB. It is an institute wise thing plus and candidate wise thing. We will do a video on this because every year this has become an issue where candidates try to stop other candidates by mentioning passing rate as a huge thing, whereas most of the candidates actually do, who put in effort, do pass. DNB stipend in Punjab, it will vary across institutes. Some institutes might give the actual stipend provided by Punjab, which is around 68,000 or 69,000 I think now, but some institutes might not give. We'll do a separate video on that, or you can just go to ZyNerd. If you're in ZyNerd, all you need to do is go to ZyNerd and then look at the institute. Just filter out on the institute, you will have the information. One second. We're looking at Punjab DNB institutes. All it takes is this to look at the information of stipend. Any hospital, you will have the information on stipend in Punjab. Some hospitals might give a lower stipend, that will also be available over here. This is available. We will be updating it for this year. This is last year's data. The update for this year will come in only just before the counselling, because we will check everything and check with candidates as well and then update it before the counselling. There will be one update only. Seat leaving penalty, there is no seat leaving penalty for DNB diploma or DNB courses if you do it in private institutes. If you do it in government institutes, they might have a seat leaving penalty depending upon the state. So that depends. So let us say you're looking at a government institute, all you need to do is look at DNB. Private institutes cannot have a seat leaving penalty. Is this we assume you've done it last year and you're looking at it. So here there is no seat leaving penalty, no penalty. You will be able to check that for every institute. If it is a government institute, there might be a penalty. Some states do have a penalty. Let us say we will have the seat leaving penalty for some states. We will just check and let you know. Let us say we take the state of It is not there. We will just check and let you know which states have penalty. I think some of the states will have a penalty. That is only in government institutes. Seat leaving penalty rules, we will just have a session on that, sir. Difference in MS and DNB, we will do a session. We have said that. EWS certificate separate for Karnataka and state and central. No, but please cross check. Both have the same criteria as what we see. But Kerala, it is different. Karnataka is not different. But you can call us. We will just confirm that too. You can always check with the authority. They will let you know. As far as my current information goes, no, Karnataka does not have. I think there are around 6-7 states in which Karnataka is not included, but we can just check that. Thanks a lot. I think we'll stop it here. We have a lot of queries to be answered. So let us say we will do the next session and then we will go ahead. Join our Telegram group. In the Telegram group too, you can answer, look at queries. We will be answering once in 3 hours or 4 hours only, but we'll try our level best to answer all the queries. The Telegram group is not a subscriber response group. The subscribers will get responses over calls and videos, calls and emails. Emails will be within 48 hours, but calls you will get response from 10 to 4:30 from Monday to Saturday. Please make use of this. That is the best option. You will get either instant response or a researched response if we have to get back. So that is always good. You will understand that there will be throughout the counseling somebody to give you that. It is very difficult. We go by calls because that is the best method. Don't expect Telegram responses. Telegram groups will also be, Telegram channel will also be subscription. Sorry, the Telegram common group will also be closed by the time the counseling starts, because we will not be able to manage and there will be a lot of misinformation given by candidates. So right now, please make use of that and ask your queries before the counseling starts in the Telegram group, or if you're a subscriber over calls. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll come back with the next session. Thank you.